Well, it goes without saying that a colossal player in the video game world has been Doom ever since its inception. The original is one of the most beloved FPSs even to this time and basically created the genre. And its loose description of guy fighting demons in sci-fi world has taken on many different forms over the years. Many different incredible forms, and it's shaping ever since. Now, a personal favorite of mine is Doom 3, and I fucking love Doom 3. This game has the perfect blend of nostalgia and replayability and just an utterly cool sci-fi horror universe that I have just truly just loved Doom 3 over the years, as terrifying as it will be, especially nowadays playing the incredible Doom Redux mod. Now, I have done a playthrough of this fucking game and it's wicked. I have some videos on it and I'm intending to make some more of it. The best way to play Doom 3 right now is for the PC and playing it with the Redux mod. Now, it's not for everyone because it's absolutely awfully terrifying and a total far cry from some of the other games out there. But I mean, Doom 3 is just a very special, very unique, very, very cool game that I absolutely love. And I think it's just very cool to check out. It's a wickedly realized sci-fi world and it's horrifying in its own right. The game deserves a solid 9.5 if not 10, but I mean it is a linear experience and it's a little dated. 2004 was a long fucking time ago, and even with the tweaks and mods of today, it's an older game, but still holds up fantastically, and I implore anybody to play it. I mean, one of the coolest things about Doom 3 is just the realized sci-fi world on Mars. I mean, all the different gizmos and doodads everywhere is just a fucking dream come true for a sci-fi lover like myself. So definitely check out Doom 3 Redux in the below. It's a fucking incredible experience, and I definitely am gonna make some more vids on it. But now to the main event, to some of the other essences of Doom that I find very interesting and I would love to fucking talk about. Now, backing on the successes of Doom 3 game, there was almost certainly going to be a movie. And say what you will about the movie, I actually kind of liked the original Doom 2005 movie. I thought it was good. I thought it is interesting. It's a good watch today. It's a good movie. It's a movie that has serious flaws and some major cringe, but I mean, it's a good movie. It's a movie that's worth watching. It has entertainment, has huge production value, and it has Sir Rock the Dwayne Johnson himself in very, very splendid display here. Also, Carl Urban, who's another fantastic actor, and just everybody on the movie seems like they've put in a decent effort and everything is good along with it. It's clear they really, really did draw inspiration from Doom 3 in this game. I mean, things like some of the enemies are similar. The premise is almost identical in many ways. It doesn't follow a lot of some of the same aesthetics as Doom 3, but it just generally tries to capture Doom 3's popular uh, movies. It'd be make a good movie. They put the two and two together and they came up with this idea for this movie, and it wasn't really liked at the time, and maybe some people don't really think it's very good even today, but I think it's a decent effort and it's very commendable for what it achieved. And you know what? It's incredible to say, given that Dwayne The Rock Johnson's very first acting roles were in like The Mummy Returns in 2001, and this movie came out in 2005. So this is like his very beginning of his acting career. And Dwayne Johnson, he just fucking nails it out of the park in this movie. He's intense. He's putting tons of effort into it. Sometimes he's got the face expression going, so there's something about Dwayne Johnson in this. He's just really, really, really good acting performance from him, I feel. And then another thing about it is, I mean, the practical effects in this movie are just fantastic. I mean, you feel like you're there. So they put huge resources into this movie. Huge resources into this movie. And you know, spending $65 million on this project and currently sitting at 18% on Rotten Tomatoes and 34% on Metacritic, it probably wasn't received well, and probably people fucking hate it to this day. But I mean, really, you're not losing anything by watching this movie. It's a gritty, dark sci-fi romp that also includes the Doom name. So I mean, it's not bad in my opinion. And it doesn't mean that this movie is not without flaws, because holy fuck, it has some flaws. It's very cringy at parts, hilariously cringe lines that just make you roll your eyes. And it kind of just falls off near the end. You know, you got that FPS part, which is interesting, but it just doesn't feel right in the movie. Then there's a face off with that. So the movie really falls off in its third act, I believe. But it has a strong opening, and it's still a pretty enjoyable watch, I would say. Clearly, video games movies were still getting their footing, but I mean, it is a very, very, very noble attempt, in my opinion. I like the Doom movie. I think it's good. And Dwayne The Rock Johnson is lovable as ever in this. And, you know, if you go into a movie sometimes with zero real expectations and you just are there for a fun ride, movies like this are great to revisit because there's a certain level of nostalgia for me, and there's some pretty neat effects along the way. So Doom's good. I like it. It's a good movie. I don't give a fuck what people think. Now that brings me to the most recent movie they made in 2019 that is, I bet you 100% of people barely know this even exists, and for good reason too. 2019 they decided to make a Doom Annihilation movie. Now they could have gone with the recent Doom Slayer type games. I think they should have done that. Instead, they wanted to make a girl boss, and it's kind of I don't know. I don't know honestly how I feel about this movie. I mean, I love sci-fi. It's got some nice sci-fi things in it. I love the idea of demons and monsters in space. It's got that. But there's just something about this movie that's just so meh. I can't really put my finger on it. I mean, it's got decent enough special effects. The zombies look a little bit weird. Some of the things about it are a little weird, but this is a movie that just doesn't really hit the bar. I don't know what it is about it. Maybe you people know. Who knows? It's a pretty stupid attempt, in my opinion, despite the effort they put into it, and it just doesn't even come close to matching the magic of the original movie, in my opinion, let alone the games. And would you look at that? It flopped, not even earning $100,000. So yeah, that most definitely lost money. But in modern times, Doom has a very solid footing in the gaming industry, with Dark Ages looking absolutely fucking fantastic, along as the other games just generally being very, very, very good since the 2016 reincarnation. I mean, the Doom games are going to be a staple of gaming for a long time, and I think what they did with it is they did a very good job of bringing Doom to the modern era, although I still particularly love with all my heart Doom 3, just because it's the type of game that's just very nostalgic for me and just very unique. Doom 3 is just a very unique feeling game. It feels like its own game despite being attached to Doom in name. So yeah, besides the Doom, the Dark Ages, it's hard to say what we'll get. I mean, we have some solid Doom game. We have some hit and miss movies. Will there be another Doom movie? Possibly. I mean, depending on how the Dark Ages going, maybe they just make a straight up CGI Doom things. I mean, gaming graphics nowadays are looking so good nowadays. They almost don't even have to do live action anymore. If they can make it look good enough with computer generated graphics, why not just stick to that? And do away with all these shitty ass fucking half-assed attempts on bringing video game movies to life. So yeah, as personal favorites for myself, I would definitely go Doom original movie 2005. It's good. I love Doom 3. It's a classic for me. I'll always love Doom 3. And the newer games are very good. And of course, we've got all the classics. So Doom Annihilation is kind of stupid. I would skip it. But you know what? Other than that, we've got a pretty solid lineup of things to go along with for Doom. Doom is an amazing series. And if anything, you gotta watch the Doom movie just for this cringe ass line from Johnson himself.
Handle ID, Sarge.
Game time.
Ah, Dwayne Johnson, you were so young once. And you know what? Doom Annihilation is as bad as it is. It's kind of entertaining to say the least. It's just a fucking shit fest. And the part in the end in hell is just thoroughly terrible. It's hilarious. And that's your doom.